So good day, everyone. This is going to be the episode 1 of the future ERUA podcast. ERUA is an alliance of European universities, 8 of them to be exact. This is an alliance that really strives to bring innovation into higher education and hopefully introduce social change that matters. In this podcast, we have the aim of trying to present what we believe is important in the field of higher education, in the field of social interactions, and essentially in the field of how we make change together. And we've selected the first episode of ERUA Podcast to be focused on one of the things we consider to be the most important. And that is how we give new opportunities to our students, but also how do we believe and how we make it possible that students have a bigger role in deciding how the higher education is supposed to work in the near future. So today I have invited 2 of our students that are here with me today, one in the studio and one online. These are, of course, Joanna Nencheva, who is with me, and she's from New Bulgarian University. And we have Tomek Janicki, who is from SWPS, a university in Poland. They both are representing the students in ERUA Alliance and into the governing bodies of ERUA. But I'm sure that they also have a lot to contribute in terms of, what do students think these days. So without any further ado, I would really like to push this conversation on. So starting broadly, maybe you can introduce yourself a bit. And I know that ladies usually go first, but since we have a distant presence, I would give the floor to Tomek for a brief introduction and tell us, what did you believe being a student is going to be like when you started?
Okay. Thanks you so much for introducing me. I'm Tomek Janicki. I come from Poznań. It's the city on the western part of Poland, and now I'm studying in Warsaw on University SWPS, psychology. I'm studying psychology, and I'm a third year student. And when I started my studies, I never really think that I would have so much big process in becoming a student representative, and it's really great. Yeah, that's kind of a brief introduction.
Okay, and Joanna?
My name is Joanna and I study political science. I've lived in Sofia my whole life, where my university is as well. And you asked about our expectations going into higher education. To be fair, I really thought I'm gonna hate it. I thought it's gonna be a lot of long lectures, a lot of writing, a lot of things we used to do in high school, and that turned out to be not true. I was really not prepared for what was going to happen to me. I'm in my last year of my studies, so I'm really thinking about what my university has given to me. And I did not expect for political science to be so broadly viewed, for it to have so many approaches to be thought of.
Taking the occasion from what you said, how do you think are we equipped in terms of universities, but also in terms of societies to deal with the challenges that you face? What do you think needs to be done so that we bring universities closer to what we believe should be changed in our societies?
Tom. Okay. Thank you. So sorry. Yeah, I think that's like bringing universities together, as we already do in the initiatives. It's a great thing to start from, and so we can collaborate on some of the projects. We can talk about our initiatives, what we think of the future of the universities. That's a great thing. Yeah, and I think it's only the start, but on the end of it, we can all be together as like one university, and students can collaborate on different projects not regarding any university, and there would be no such borders. Yeah, and we can do anything we want, hopefully, in the future.
Joanna, what do you think this challenge really is?
Well, there is more than one challenge. One of them is for university to be stuck into defining very specific professions and staying within them. I really like that my university and ERUA has given me the opportunity to look at things from different angles, because if I was strictly a political scientist, maybe I wouldn't have had that civic culture I have nowadays, or I think I have. But there are more challenges than that, of course. I think that Tomek had a really great answer about communication being an important tool in defining the problems, but also thinking of ways to face them, because sometimes you just kind of notice things in your own university, but you are not sure if that's just how things are. And when you have the opportunity to kind of communicate students with students from different places, that gives you a new perspective and maybe defines them more clearly.
But that is the thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nothing is so strict anymore. Even I don't think of myself strictly as a political scientist, which I am supposed to be. I was supposed to be, actually. Sorry for the tautology. So how did you come in contact with ERUA? You mentioned that it gave you some new perspectives, but how did you find out about the alliance itself? What was your first experience with ERUA, Joanna?
To be fair, it was recommended to me to join by a professor. My first experience was through a traveling seminar in Paris that was on the topic of museums and their role in social change, which was very interesting.
Okay, and Tomek?
Yeah, so my first experience was going to the workshop on Paris 8 University as well. And it was actually about the future of universities. And there we discussed about students with professors. That was really great. And we discussed what we think universities should do to have a bright future, and if they need to change, and how would we do it. And on the end of it, we wrote a manifesto about it. So that was really great. And I've known about it since a year. And yeah, it was just an initiative that I saw on our website, on the SWPS University website. And with my friends, we thought that it would be great to go there and to share our ideas with another student. So we applied.
So what is it then? What should be the role of universities in modern societies? What is your manifesto based on?
Oh, that's a great question. We were thinking that universities should really give space for the students to show what they are capable of. And they should also teach the soft skills. As we all know, it will be one of the main things that are really needed in the future jobs. So yeah, that's just two things, like getting a academic approach. So that's a really strict part of the university. So getting the knowledge, and then how to use that knowledge and how to foster the soft skills such as leadership, management, work in a group, and that's one of these things.
Okay, what do you think the role of this manifesto will be from here on? You've participated, I think, as well in writing in Joanna, or no?
No, I haven't, but it sounds great. I maybe should read it. I do agree that soft skills are very important, and it's part of the role of the university to provide you with them in some way. But I also think that universities are a space for experimentation a lot. When we graduate from high school again, there is this pressure that you should decide what you have to do with your whole life from this very moment. And I think that taking a deep breath and going into those 3 or 4 years of your bachelor studies should be able to give you the chance to really find out what you like, what do you care about, where is your place. And I think that through skills like critical thinking and everything else Tomek very clearly mentioned, you can really find your place in the world, which is very important.
So you're talking about what university should do in terms of the space they allow you to have. But what do you think your role in all that should be? Having more say, but also being more flexible in the things that you decide to do, or is it something else?
Well, I believe that first of all, proactivity. You have to be proactive. You have to do things. Sometimes you can be even unsure about the things that you're starting, but you should try it out, give it a chance. You should try to provoke yourself and go out of your comfort zone, which might sound very cliche, but it's unfortunately true.
That's the thing about cliches. They're usually true, unfortunately. And Tomek, what do you think your role should be in all this?
Yeah, I totally agree. Where it's a time to check ourselves, what we like, what we don't like, where in what areas we are good or we are bad, and then explore ourselves and meet new people. I think it's one of the most important things, because without people, there's nothing much to enjoy. So yeah, meeting new people and doing great things with them, because I think it's always best to work together than to work alone. So that's one of the best things about universities, because usually you can get the knowledge that you get on the universities from the books. So you don't really have to go to the university. You can find the books in the libraries. But being in the same class with the students and with your friends that have similar interests and can help you work with that and maybe get some new ideas, work in them, that's really great. And I think that's what university is for.
Okay, ERUA has just set up in that direction a student board, and there is an ongoing initiative to set up a forum for climate change, which are two very different things. Now, one is about students participating in decision making, and the other is about students trying to bring the dialogue to a new level on a very important social issue. How do you imagine this will work from your perspective, being engaged into both of these processes, I imagine?
Okay.
Joanna.
Well, first of all, for ERUA to work as it's supposed to, the student council is the most important part. ERUA is first of all made for the students, so it's only logical that it should be made from the students, as we best think we know what we need, and even if we don't, we get to try and experiment and find out. For that, the role in decision making is crucial. While talking about issues such as climate change, it's obviously of great importance, as all of these countries involved in ERUA have very different perspectives and policies on the issue. And getting this international kind of opinion and statement on what to do and how to do it and why we should do it is a way of agreeing that there is, first of all, an issue, and there is, second of all, something to do about it, which is the first step in engagement.
So you view it as an important part of you being student.
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tomek.
Yeah, I also think that the student board is the place where we can exchange our thoughts, and just as Joanna said, it's the project, the initiative. It's all for the students. Without students, there wouldn't be universities. And so it's important to also the part of the project to come from the students, and students should be a future of our world. So now, when we have the chance, we have the platform, the area to speak about our important issues, we should just use it and work on something. Because if 8 universities from 8 different countries can work something together, it shows that on a broader level it can be also done. So that's a kind of hope that we'll get to. Yeah.
Okay, but we make it sound very serious in here, talking about big issues like climate change and students engaged in decision making within 8 universities. I'm sure there is a fun story about ERUA that you can tell as well, because being student is also about having fun. So can you share an experience that you had that you think might be telling a fun story? Joanna.
Okay, so my first project in Paris, we had very long lectures all around the city in different museums, but we were very passionate about going to the theater at night. We wanted to see a piece. So we were about to be late, and we were running through the city, and unfortunately Paris was going through some constructions, and there were things everywhere. And it was really funny. We were a big group of 10 people, some of them professors, some of them students, and we had to climb a ladder at some point, which was very fun, like a video game a bit. And then it started raining out of nowhere, but it was like raining cats and dogs, as they teach you in English. We were soaking wet, and everyone was, and we found a bridge to hide under, and it felt like the whole of Paris was under that bridge. There was a bride, there was a musician, people with bicycles, and everyone was kind of happy but also confused, and we were stressed about our piece, but it was this really beautiful moment where you just are soaking wet and cold, of course, and you have to go to the theater like that, but you also start to appreciate where you are, who you are with, and what are you doing there. And it was one of my best memories with ERUA.
Awesome. And Tomek, do you have a story to tell?
Yeah, I just wanted to say that was a really funny story. I never heard of it, so yeah, I had some quite laugh. And for me, the funny story, maybe more of a nice story that I really appreciate thinking of. It was the time that we spent in Viadrina. We had a meeting of our student board and also one of the work packages. And one day before the meeting, we had a beautiful time and in some kind of a gallery, and we took some photos from Instax, and when everyone had a poster with it and could write something funny about it, so we could get to know each other. It was really great and really beautiful in that gallery with all the artwork. Yeah, I really enjoyed it, and yeah, I don't know if you've been there, Jana, but
I haven't,
yeah.
no, but I've seen the pictures. They look great.
Yeah, we had so much fun making them. And yeah, then later, like half a year later, or maybe less, we had a summit, ERUA summit in Vilnius, and the pictures were shown again there. So it was really nice that I came on the summit with all the important professors, rectors, with an important conference coming on, and then on the at the entrance, I saw my picture from like 3 or 4 months previously I was laughing with my friends. So it was great.
Okay, so I have a feeling that most of the ERUA fun stories are about bringing people together. So it's about the others more than
I agree.
Good. So if you had to talk about ERUA to a person who is supposed to become student very soon, how would you? What will be the words that you will use to describe it? What do you think is the most important that will catch the attention of these young people that you need to convince becoming students and then engaging with ERUA? Tomek.
Okay, so for me, ERUA is about potential. So it's a growing project. So actually, you can do so much things that you're into. You can go for the mobilities. They're kind of a trips that you can go to our universities, and then you can learn something from the professors there, enjoy the city, meet the nicest people, as we talked about the people are the one of the most important things about ERUA. So that's the thing. But also it's about doing something for university, exchanging some projects. Actually, now we have a project that students from the two universities can have some kind of initiative, and they can work together about some seminar or do a workshop together. So it's a great area to express themselves.
Thank you. And Joanna?
Well, I would encourage them just to try, just to trust me or don't trust me. Just go and try, because I'm sure that there is a lot of pressure and a lot of confusion, especially in the first and second year of university education. And some of the seminars might seem weirdly specific or not so much like they are for you, but go on and try, because they might surprise you. And you might find out that you love something more than you thought you do. And that's always a great thing to do. And even if you don't like it, that's also a great answer of what not to do in the future. So just go on.
Do you wish that you knew something before you actually became student that you didn't at the time?
That's a good question. I don't think so, because I really appreciate my journey as it is. I got the chance to go through a lot of disciplines within political science, thanks to ERUA, and not only. And I love the surprise of it all.
Okay, curiosity is a big thing, I agree. And what about you, Tomek?
Yeah, for me, it would be great if someone just would tell me that I shouldn't be afraid of anything. Like, I know, like, coming to the university was really a big process for me. I also changed my city. I moved from my hometown, so it was quite a big process. And yeah, if someone told me that, yeah, I can always walk up to something, even to the professor, and ask for anything, it would be easier, because now now I know about it. And yeah, so don't be afraid. Just ask people. If you don't know something, it's okay. That's why you're on university, to not know something and then to learn. So, and to be curious. I also agree. It's the best thing that you can do for yourself, just to want to get to know more people and to get some knowledge. Yeah.
Well, uncertainty is not a bad thing. I think that's what you're trying to convey down the road. Shouldn't be afraid of it. Okay, so how do you see the future of ERUA then? What do you think will happen in the next couple of years that will make this work better?
Well, to be fair, I am hopeful about it. I think that a lot of more students will get involved, which will be a breath of fresh air. Because with more students getting involved and with this groundwork that's been set in the past year, there might be more creativity involved and it might go on in a really interesting way. The one danger I might be afraid of is for it to become a little bit bureaucratic. So I'm very much hopeful that the students can get the administration out of this field.
Okay, and Tomek, what do you think the future holds?
I think the thing that I'm really hoping for is that we can engage more and more students, and ERUA will be bigger than any other university, and it will bring all of us closer together, and and it would be for the students and done by the students, so the students would really see what I know right now, that we can really have something from ERUA, and ERUA is really for the students. So I think the future is bright for us.
Well, that is a great conclusion, I think. But also here's the time to say that there are student ambassadors that ERUA has selected. So each one of the students in one of the 8 universities in 8 European countries can reach out to their local students ambassadors and find out more about ERUA, about the activities that you can engage with, and about the future prospects that you can have. So that's a great wrap-up. Thank you both for being with me in studio and online. And hopefully we will have future chances to talk on the ERUA podcast. Thank you, and see you soon, I hope, in person both.
Thank you.
Thank
See you soon. Hopefully see you soon, Tomek.
Yeah, same. Yeah, I really enjoyed it, and yeah, see you soon. I hope we shouldn't really wait for much. Yeah, so let's see soon.
Well, let's leave the surprise in it still.
Oh yeah, that would be much more interesting if we don't know when. Yeah.
Okay, so that wraps up the first episode of ERUA Podcast. You will find important descriptions and links towards the ERUA website and all the perspectives that ERUA can give to you in the description to this video. Also stay tuned for announcement related to episode 2 and all the plans that we have in store for you in the future. My name is Christo Panchugov, and I would like to wish you a great evening. Thank you.